Christmas parade in Sevierville. It's a beautiful day.
It is.
So we're excited about it. And it's going to be starting here real soon. In about 15 minutes, we're going to have parade, floats, bands more than likely that are going to be coming down the street.
Yep. You've still got some time to get down here. Parking is a little bit tight, so find a spot, slide in, and then come in and enjoy the parade.
Don't miss it. And if you can't get down here, make sure you tune in right here on Facebook and like and share the post. That'd be great.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, the disadvantage to watching it on Facebook is you can't smell the wonderful food that's being cooked and served. I know just a minute ago, I don't know what it was I was smelling, but I want it.
I don't know where it's at either, but I'm sure that we're going to be directed to it at some point in time because it smells incredible.
Oh, yes. So come on down. If you can't, watch us and have a great Saturday.
Oh, back over to the guys at the table.
You know, I think it's a very likely possibility that the guys are smelling the half dozen donuts that my wife purchased from Courthouse Donuts, and they're in the Mountain Fun Life van.
Oh, my goodness.
So we've had one or two, but there's still some if you want.
Very good donuts. Going in
Yes.
there, they had this special hot chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to call it a goo. Can you call
Right.
it hot chocolate
goo.
goo all over the donut?
A goo donut. Who wouldn't want a
was
goo
good.
donut?
It was, excellent.
Did it have
And
sprinkles?
What I'm doing is I'm waiting because I'm afraid that I'm going to get it all over my face while we're on camera. So I held off, and I'll have that'll be my treat when we finish the broadcast today. So there's a lot going on. You know, we've got the parade actually will be winding its way around. Starts at the Sevierville First Baptist Church, which is behind us. It's the huge thing behind us, and that's not a bad place to park. Is at the Sevier First Baptist Church of Sevierville, I guess is what it's called. And I parked in the Sevier County Bank lot and then walked right over here.
Sure.
The parade is actually going to go down the Winfield Dunn Parkway. They're closing one lane of the parkway through the heart of downtown Sevierville. So there'll be a little bit of a traffic slowdown, but it's mostly if you're going, I guess, northbound, headed back toward Kodak is where that traffic lane is. So most of the traffic at this time of day is usually coming in toward Gatlinburg and in toward the Smoky Mountains National Park. So that should be all right. Then the parade will wrap around in front of us, go by the Dolly statue, and then come toward us. We are looking straight ahead at the Eagle statue and the Dolly statue. And we have cameras that will show. In fact, if you could take the street camera there, you can see the view that you'll have of the parade. We are prepared to show you exactly what's going on with multiple cameras focused on the parade route.
And you can see, Frank, that there's more people now lining the streets. This is the time to get a good seat as you head out to Sevierville.
Yes, and you've got a nice long parade route. Now, Kara, what's your take on parades? Are you in them normally, or watching them normally, or asleep at this time?
A combination of all three of those things. Last night was great, though. I was doing my little clean wave that I was practicing with you on Ask Frank the other day.
Yes.
And honestly, so many people were making fun of me for that.
Well, I think
You're talking about
to,
this was the Gatlinburg parade
Yes, at the
last
Gatlinburg
night.
parade.
It's supposed to
last
look
night.
like you're putting in a light bulb, right?
Right.
I think it's how you do it if you do it right. David, would you like to try?
No, I'm
light
not
bulb
that
way?
good. Not that good.
Not
But
that good.
getting back to Sevierville, I know that having learned some of the things that if you've been here in a while, haven't been here in a while, they're doing some expansion, some of the sidewalks, some of the streets themselves.
Oh yeah, this is the Cityscape project that's been going on at least all summer. And you were talking before we got here, before we went on air rather, with Amanda Marr from the Sevierville Chamber of Commerce. What was she telling you about the streets?
She was saying that the work is going to be focused on making the streets more pedestrian friendly.
Nice.
So
That is
it'll
nice.
have an ultimate finish date probably about next fall. So as we get into the fall of 2020,
So less
it'll
than
be
a year then.
Yes, but that's a very positive thing about Sevierville is that there is some expansion, there's some growth here,
Outstanding.
and the streets are going to reflect that in just a short period of time.
Now, I did bring my sunglasses because I knew from Captain Accurate what the weather would be. And look at that, my hair's just glowing in the light. I'll have to fix
Very
that.
angelic, Frank.
Yes, thank you.
And
But
speaking of Captain
I want to
Accurate,
congratulate you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. I thank you if you're watching. We have thousands of people on the Captain Accurate weather app. It's free. It's new. It debuted early last week as the #2 weather app in the United States.
Behind only the number one.
Only
weather app.
#1, which you can guess is the Weather Channel. But for Knoxville, to have that kind
If
of.
we get a guy like a Jim Cantori, maybe it could be Rich Haley, Jim Johnson, and he'll just be blown sideways by the weather, then you will have the number one. I think that's the only thing.
We could get Jim holding onto the telephone
trees
pole
or the telephones. I think that's really the only thing that your weather app will need to be number one.
Well, I have to thank Fox Toyota. In fact, I have with me their special sweatshirt. I'm going to be wearing that.
Nice.
It's face it got too cold this morning, but the Fox Toyota folks out in Clinton would love for you to come out and buy a car from them. But when someone asked me how much does this app cost, I said it's free because of Fox Toyota. They made it possible.
And they sell actual cars, actual Toyotas. Because I was reading a story about, that everyone's all about little baby Yoda.
Yeah, oh my gosh, he's so cute.
So a few years back, there was a woman who sued a radio station because she was told on the air that she'd want a Toyota. So she expected she was getting a car, and they gave her a toy Yoda.
Very interesting.
So, so she sued them and said, I wanted a car. I'm like, no, we said you're getting a Toyota. And she thought they had said a new Toyota.
I would be pretty upset about that too, though.
We have to listen very carefully.
Yeah.
So David clearly said Toyota, not Toyota.
Absolutely. By the way, hey there, how are you? Did you come out to last year's parade? So Cookeville. So we got people, Frank, coming from Cookeville. Come on over a second. Come on over. Can I do this? Can I break the rules?
Well, you already did.
I already broke the rules.
Back.
Come on around here. I gotta ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. You're from Cookeville. What brings a person from Cookeville?
We got to get him on camera. Actually, why don't you? Let's have we.
Come on back around me.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. And
there
maybe
we
come
go.
down a bit.
All right, here we go.
What's your name?
Roy Garton.
Roy.
G-A-R-T-O-N, Garton.
And what do you do for a living?
I actually do digital media for a living.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Are you familiar with Mountain Fun Life, the coolest Roku, Facebook Live, YouTube channel in the Smokies?
I have not, no.
Well, you definitely, hopefully you are now because you're on it.
That's very good, thank you.
But what would bring someone from Cookeville to travel to Sevierville?
A car. A Toyota, David. It's a Toyota.
Nice one.
Don't mind Frank.
Well, actually, my wife and I have never been to Pigeon Forge in this area. We wanted to see the Christmas lights, so this is our second year in Tennessee. We moved here from Florida, and so we wanted to come down and see the area, and we were so glad we did.
I love this, and I love that you came over here to talk to me, impromptu, because this wasn't rehearsed, was it?
No, it was not.
Definitely not rehearsed. But the fact that, Dolly Parton is here in spirit with her statue over here.
That's what we went to see.
Here's your next line. Just read that. Okay.
All right.
Well,
no
anyway.
teleprompter, so I...
No, but see, that's why I think one of the magical things, Frank, would you agree, that one of the magical things about the Smokies, people come from all over, whether it's Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky,
You mean to live here or to
Florida.
visit?
Florida.
Are you talking about to live here or to visit?
Both to visit or maybe spend a week in a cabin. I mean, that's something people do.
The state of Tennessee actually is the third state now with the most increased population of people retiring and moving from other states. So you're right in line with Florida almost.
Have you met Kira?
I have not met anybody.
Hi there. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And I hear a lot of people love to move to the Cookeville area because of the lakes and the golfing and the hiking. I've got my friend Father Michael got a parish out there in Fairfield Glade, and he talks about all the retirees. He's an Irish priest. You got to go meet him. Oh, Father Michael Woods. He's over there.
A lot of golf out there.
Oh, he plays golf every day practically. It's Father Michael.
Cookeville's growing crazy. It's already increased by about 10,000 population. It's almost up to 35,000 population already.
Well, I didn't mean to steal your parade time,
That's
but before
fine.
the parade, I thought it'd be great to get some perspective.
Oh,
and
thank you.
thank you so much
Yes,
for coming.
good
I
to
hope
meet
you have
you guys.
a
Good to meet you.
great time.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Outstanding. Well, that's great. I love it. Now, we also have got, of course, our man on the street with Jim and Rich. If we got more folks we want to throw it to, we can totally do that as well.
Awesome.
And I'm just excited about that guy, like you pointed out. I'm looking around and I see probably mostly community too, because this is also at its heart truly a community parade. Now, last night, Kira was in the Mountain Fun Life Humvee at what's more of almost a national parade, really, the Gatlinburg Fantasy of Lights parade. Tell us about that last night.
It was amazing. There were so many people there. I've never experienced anything quite like that because all the people we were passing by were looking at me. And I was looking at them, and it was just...
Wait, you're not used to people looking at you?
Not that many people.
All at once, you mean?
All at once, yes.
All at once.
I have a feeling that dressed like this, people are going to be looking. We're looking at the three of us, would you? I mean, we are decked out for the holidays.
We are. I do tend to wear really unique outfits.
Yes.
I used to dress up in these big ball gown dresses and just go to Target and get a Starbucks drink from in there.
Oh, that's fun.
Wow.
That's outstanding. And David is always in his weatherman suit and tie.
Not always. There's certain
not constantly. Ever.
When there's severe weather, I'll usually roll up the
David,
sleeves.
David even has a jacket and tie to wear in the shower. He is always dressed, always prepared.
Well, I have to say, just in the last few minutes, if you had an opportunity to take a look at your street cam, I mean, look at the people. They're starting to
Yes.
fill in. We're getting
Let's
closer.
Bob, take the street cam again for us, if you would.
Getting
And
closer
you
to that
see-
magic 11 o'clock hour.
Right, they're starting to spill more into the. In fact, I can see my wife. I can't see her on camera, but my wife Jerry is a little further down the street, and she's listening to the broadcast on Facebook Live on her phone. We're going to have to charge our phones before we go to our next game.
Oh no.
You may have to rent your sunglasses. So bright today.
It is. It is. The future's so bright, David. We got to wear shades. That's
Yeah.
a Tim Buck 3 reference.
Or Blues Brothers.
Do you know that? No, there was a song. Kira, you would. I love teasing Kira about things that happened, like in the 90s and early 2000s
Yes, because
before she was
I
born.
never know what
Your
he's talking
Starsky and
about.
Hutch references go right over Kira's
They
head.
totally do.
So,
But in the 90s, or maybe it was the 80s, there was a band called Tim Buck 3. They had one song that was barely a hit, but it's an awesome song, and it's called The Future's So Bright, I Gotta Wear Shades. And I've been making reference to that lately when I've been talking to some of my friends. And David, you could totally use that too.
I could use
It
that.
could be a theme song for the CaptainAccurate.com
be.
and the Captain Accurate Weather app.
I should mention, as I'm looking at this brochure, if you haven't been to Sevierville in a while, they have a cool historic walking tour.
Or let me
Maybe-
rephrase that. If you've just driven through Sevierville and that stops.
Maybe
'cause
you
we
didn't stop.
We've all been to Sevierville.
But they all been to Sevierville. But
You
the
have to
Dolly
get out of the
statue,
car.
the Dolly Parton statue has a walking tour. The brochure can be found if you walk up
Right.
there.
The Dolly statue just stays put.
She does,
Yeah. But
unless Dolly comes to visit
yes, but you can walk around the Dolly statue
and grab these historic
and start
tours.
the tour because it's pretty cool. I'm trying to figure out why there is an Old Smoky moonshine behind us. Is that like the corporate office, maybe?
Where do you see that?
Oh, across the street from where it says Ogle Building.
Ah.
It's behind us that way. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
know if you can see it exactly. You won't be able to see it on camera right now because we're focused on the parade route. But apparently there's something got to do with Old Smoky moonshine there. Maybe we'll have to ask Savannah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she'll
She
know.
would know what that's about. And then, of course, there's Courthouse Donuts, which Google Maps told me it might be closed today, but it's not. It's totally
Oh
open.
yeah, the open signs on,
Yeah.
and you all bought some.
My wife bought a half dozen of their donuts.
Did
got-
she share any with you, or did she give them out to the crowd?
Well, no, they're hiding in the van for us
In
to
the
have
van. I see.
afterward
I see.
because they're messy. They've got drippy chocolate and s'mores, and it's going to be, especially with the facial hair, you can't. I have to. What are the animals that have to go hide and eat because they're vulnerable at that time? That's what I am. I was at a Christmas party the other night, and I went in and got to the buffet line, and the guy gave me. I wanted a little bit of roast beef, and the guy gave me this, like a Fred Flintstone-sized slab of roast beef.
That's a lot.
So I took it into another room. I took it and I sat down on the floor and ate it in private because I didn't have a napkin and I didn't have a knife. So I had to stab it with my little plastic fork, take a bite out of it, and put it back on the plate.
What
and
I'm
then go wash up because I didn't want anyone in the party to see that it was the only way I could eat any food at all.
Yeah, what I'm imagining right now in my head is just this really creepy look of you just like hunched over like, my precious.
Yes, yeah, exactly. That's who it was. It would have been the Gollum from the Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
That's exactly who I was emulating at the
Frank,
time.
I think there's somebody who wants to talk to you.
Oh, hello.
over.
Come on over.
Where are you from?
Yeah,
Sure.
join us.
Yeah, come
Wa-
on.
Watch
This
the
is-
wires.
this-
Actually, go around the long way.
This
Go-
is a
go around
fun parade. We want everyone to feel welcome.
Don't watch the wires. Come on around, all the way behind me. Come on around.
Hello.
He
Yeah.
just directed traffic.
Yeah, come on in so we can
He
say
does
hi to
that
you.
well.
What,
How you doing?
There you go.
What's your name? Hi, come on over here. What's your name?
I'm Sharon.
Hi, Sharon. Can we see you? Yeah, we can
Yeah,
see
you
you.
can.
Where are you from?
Sevierville.
Oh, well, we're happy to be in your community today. Tell us about this parade.
Well, I know they've had it for a long, long time, several years.
This is the 57th.
57th? Okay. And we just thought we'd make a day and come down and
Lovely.
get in the Christmas spirit.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you. And who's this with you? Don't moose with me. So I'm tempted.
Don't you?
Don't moose with me,
I hate to
t-shirt.
make you. I had to moose with you a little bit to get down here
All right,
in
gotcha.
order to see you on the camera.
I'm with you. Okay.
So
all
all we
right.
see is your. There
want
you
me to
go.
get down on my knees
Well,
and
see,
beg?
we want to be able to see.
Yes.
I got you. Okay.
What's your name?
It's Ken.
And you're related.
Married?
No, I just saw her come walking down the street. I thought, there's a hot-looking babe. I'm going to take up with her.
Now, what's your, obviously you've got a strong rate of success picking up women at parades.
I do. I really do. My ratio is probably 90 to 95% easily.
That's really outstanding. And this is the only parade you've been to?
True. True.
Well, congratulations. I'd hate to meet the other 5%, but we appreciate you coming over. Thank you very kindly.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Outstanding. All right, let's go over and throw it to Jim Johnson, who and is over with Rich Haley over by the courthouse as we're getting ready. I don't hear the parade coming yet, but we will know. It's about 2 minutes away from
2 minutes.
Step Off, which is over, I think, at the First Baptist Church. Jim, how's it looking over there?
Here with Rich Haley. And Rich, you found a friend.
Yeah.
What do we have with us today?
This is Kenny Ramsey, and he's been part of the football program at Northview that I've been announcing for forever. And saw him coming up. And the funny thing is, he didn't recognize me because I'm up in the press box.
I hear his voice more than I see his face.
So if I yell touchdown Cougars, he's going to recognize me.
So how's that go?
You really want to hear it?
Yes, I want to hear it.
Touchdown Cougars!
Well, see, that's how you know. That was really good.
That's me.
Everybody's looking around here now trying to figure out
Yeah, who just scored a touchdown?
who just scored a touchdown. I didn't know there was a game. You know, people here in the Smoky Mountains take football very, very seriously, so you perked a lot of ears up. They're like,
Yeah, they're looking for the game right now.
looking for the game, listening for fireworks, you know. There's been a lot of good things happening in the sports world right here in the Smoky Mountains.
Oh, absolutely.
And you do such a
for
great
sure.
job bringing us to sports, Rich.
I try. So the funny thing is, when I saw Kenny, I didn't recognize him either, but I thought, look, this is the only guy who's louder than Jim.
Yeah, well, you know, my littlest daughter, Holly, is in the parade today. She's a majorette, and I wanted to dress up for her so that she could find me in the crowd.
Well, you succeeded.
Yeah, I think she'll be able to see me. She already said, we were talking about where we were going to stand, and she said, oh, don't worry, Dad, I'll find you.
Well, you look amazing. I love this
Thank
outfit.
you. I like yours as well.
Yeah, where do you shop, man? Is that like Ralph Lauren or Gucci?
This is actually Target.
Target. I
Yeah.
love it. It's
Yeah.
very French.
Yes.
Very French.
Yes, that's totally French for Target.
Yeah, that works. That works.
Well, Kenny, thanks for stopping by, and I'm going to have to look for Holly and wave to her at the parade. She's never seen my face, but she's now heard my voice.
She has heard your voice for sure. Thanks a lot, Rich. It was
All right,
nice
thanks a lot.
seeing you, man.
Good seeing you again.
Have an awesome time.
Yeah, it was
Congrats
nice
on the
meeting
girl being in the parade. That's awesome.
Thank you very much.
We'll say hi to you, Holly. We'll wave.
All right, Frank, back to you.
Actually, you know what, Jim? I'm going to throw it right back to you again because I'm sending Amanda Marr over to say hi to you.
Oh, he's
from
coming
the,
right back
Sevierville
over.
Chamber of
So we got
Commerce.
Amanda Marr stepping in. How are you doing, Amanda?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing wonderful. Really looking forward to this parade. I mean, 57 years is a long time.
57 years, a great tradition right here in downtown Sevierville. So we're excited to be bringing this to the people again, and we've got some great entries this year. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it.
Oh, I've heard there's like a lot of schools here, a lot of parade floats.
A lot of
good
pageant
stuff.
winners, a lot
Pageant winners.
of interesting groups that I think, you guys are going to enjoy talking about it. People are going to like seeing it, and I think we might even do a couple interviews afterward.
Oh, I love parades.
Yeah.
I love parades. Rich, you
Oh,
like
yeah,
parades?
absolutely, every time. So this parade is lasting 57 years long today, or?
This is our 57th parade that we have done.
Oh,
so,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's a great tradition, and we've got one person who has been in every single parade.
Oh my.
Donna's majorettes, they're baton twirlers. They're going to be in the parade again this year, and I think we're actually going to talk to Donna afterwards. So we're just thrilled to have such continuity, and people just love this parade so much, have great memories of it.
What a great thing. 57
Absolutely.
years. Someone that's been in it for 57 years.
That's just.
Talk about fun.
Yeah.
I haven't
folks-
been in a house for 57 years.
I haven't been around for 57 years. Almost, though.
Yeah, I'm close.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here. We're looking forward to it, and I'm going to get out on the parade route and make sure everything's running smoothly.
Somebody's got to do it. We're glad that it's you. Keep it straight. Keep it moving forward. Come on, people. Beep, beep.
All right, well, thank you for coming
Thank
over.
you guys very much.
All right.
Bye.
Back to you, Frank.
Oh, awesome. Thank you very much. And I'm glad to see Amanda here. Now, Amanda is headed over to the beginning of the parade route and is going to be actually texting me some information during the course of the parade. So we have updates from her, and we'll have, of course, our live cameras pointed at the street as things are. We heard the bell. You heard the courthouse bell.
Yes, you did.
Which means that that was 11 o'clock when that rang, right?
Yes, it did.
I actually didn't hear it. Where was I? I was right here.
It was right there.
Right over here.
It was
Big,
literally right. I mean, but that's not even 10 yards. What is that? 50 yards? Not even 50
I
yards.
don't
20
know.
yards away.
How did I not hear that?
There's other music going on too.
Well, yes, because part of it is we obviously have to focus on what we're doing, what we're talking about
That's
here on
true.
Mountain Fun Life.
I was focusing.
Focusing.
Yes.
Well, we are here on Mountain Fun Life, and we're doing the Facebook live stream, the live webcast of the 57th Sevierville's Christmas Parade, and we're happy to be brought to you by our friends at Quaker Steak and Lube, who are our proud sponsors for this, for our Mountain Fun Life stream broadcast. So thank you to Quaker Steak and Lube for making this a possibility. We're thrilled to be here. This is going to, I hope, the first of many such events as Mountain Fun Life continues to grow and expand. There's some Quaker Steak and Lube information. 1431 Parkway, Sevierville, Tennessee. I know where that is.
If you scoot over to the side, your face will be beside it.
There you go.
are.
Now you can read it.
That was pretty good. Very effective. A little bit of camera trickery.
That's what that space is for.
Yeah, the space is for me to go, hey, I can't not be on camera for a second.
Camera hog.
So Frank, give us a recap. Is that we wait now? We're just waiting for the first.
Yes.
I want to say float, but necessarily the first items, the first people that kind of come down the parade.
Exactly.
Here in just a matter of
now,
minutes.
we know from looking ahead at the alphabetical list that we've got that we'll see a marching band, I believe the Sevier County Marching Band. A lot of the local businesses and restaurants are represented. Also, a lot of the churches are represented. Mountain Fun Life will have the Humvee in the parade. I mean, there's a couple of car clubs. A few. I'm excited about Cooter's Place.
Ooh, yes.
Because I'll have to tell you the story when they come through. But Ben Cooter Jones was, of course, on the TV show, Ben Jones. And it mentions his wife, Alma, in the description. I knew Alma before she married Ben Jones.
You did?
I did. I mean, I'm not going to totally give away my age, but I've been around.
Well, I'm not surprised because you know everyone.
Well, Alma was in charge of public relations for the National Theater in Washington, D.C. And I knew her through that because she would contact me and say, we got a new show coming to the National Theater. We'd like you to talk about it on 105 WAVA in Washington, D.C., et cetera, et cetera. And we'd book guests and we'd get tickets and we'd go to shows and things would happen. We'd do giveaways. And that was Alma. Well, then I read that Alma has married some congressman, Ben Jones, who used to be on Dukes of Hazzard. And that is why she's now Alma Jones. And now
she married Cooter
when he was a congressman. He was a U.S. congressman.
Didn't know that.
Yes. So she marries him up in Washington, and then he leaves Congress, and they retire to the Shenandoah Valley, and he opens up these chain of restaurants. So now she helps him manage the restaurants.
That's an interesting story.
That is interesting.
So I'm excited. I don't know if Ben and Alma are in this parade today or where they are. They got restaurants in Virginia and Tennessee and all over the place. So
maybe they'll be here. Fingers
when they
crossed.
do, next time they come to town, we got to get them to stop by.
Yes.
I've
that'd
never
be
met
awesome.
Ben. I've only, I just know that he's famous, but Alma I would know.
Now, we have cars moving down the road here, but they're not part of the parade.
Yeah, no, they're getting out of the way. Let's say hi to over Jim Johnson and Rich Haley have found somebody else for us to talk to as we get ready for the Sevierville Parade.
Well, here we are with someone that I've known for quite some time, Mickey Vickery, right here in Sevierville. You come up from Knoxville, Oak Ridge area.
Yep.
To enjoy the festivities.
I brought my girlfriend up here because she qualified for this drawing.
Oh, how fun is that? So did she say she was going to take you someplace exotic if she wins the 10 grand?
No, she's going to let me go into Walmart and put all the stuff in the buggy until she gets there.
Talk about fun. Well, Mickey and I are in the VFW together. So, I mean, and I turned around and I saw him. I said, you got to come over. We got to do an interview. So really excited that you're here, Mickey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see what you're doing. Army-Navy game's coming up, so you're building up some reinforcements.
We are. That's true. That's true. It's because the Navy's going down. I mean, I don't like to say it that way, but,
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Army's going to sink those ships.
Yeah, this is going to happen this year. 4 years in a row this year, baby.
Does make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, this is 4 years in a row this year. I'm predicting 4 years in a row.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens when the game's actually played.
Well, I'm going to scream my guts out. Are you going to scream yours out?
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna scream
Oh,
yours out?
absolutely. Absolutely. This is Army Navy. This is the big game.
All right, guys, let us know what you think. Who do you think's going to win the Army-Navy game? Army, all the way.
Golden Knights.
Navy. Navy.
So it's going to be a great game, guys. But make sure you tune in. The parade's going to be starting here in just a few minutes, so we're going to be enjoying that. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, back over to Frank.
All right. Well, it's funny. Captain Accurate, David Aldrich, is with us, and of course, Kira Cup, and I'm Frank Murphy. And the fans of Captain Accurate weather app and Captain Accurate Facebook page are contacting David, saying that while we are here in Sevierville at the Christmas parade, they are standing by for the Alcoa Maryville parade, which is technically called the Blount County Parade, also starting at 11 o'clock this morning. About an hour ago at 10 o'clock, the Carnes Christmas parade ran down Oak Ridge Highway. There's even more this afternoon. The Powell Christmas parade starts at 3 o'clock, and then there's one at 5. I'll have to think about that for a second. But at 6 o'clock, Rocky Hill Christmas parade gets underway, and Clinton Christmas parades both get underway.
You would think that Christmas was near.
It is. And there's, of course, going to be more next weekend as well. But this is a big weekend for community Christmas parades. As you mentioned, Gatlinburg was last night. Downtown Knoxville had its parade last night. And we're here in Sevierville because of all of the Smoky Mountain communities. This is the one that's happening. Now, I'm looking over David's shoulder, and I can see the beginning of the parade. It has started. And you'll see that there are some police cars, which are, I guess, opening the route. This is now going down Winfield Dunn Parkway, so that means it's going to be only about 5 minutes before they work their way around the courthouse and get to us. So it looks like we've got some information from Amanda telling us the order of march, the line of march. So we'll be good and ready to go when they work their way around the corner. And today is a wonderful day to get out and celebrate, what part of the world you're in. Check your local area, like, for example, if you're in Michigan or Ohio or Florida, for that matter, and planning a trip to the Smoky Mountains. We are excited that you'll be joining us, but, this is also a great time just to get out and be in your community like we're out in our community today.
Absolutely.
And you couldn't ask for nicer weather. I mean, with temperatures finishing today in the upper 50s, I mean, we're a little cool right now because,
I've got my thermal underwear on. I'm fine.
TMI, but it is cold.
I'll show you my thermal underwear. I don't mind. I don't mind to show you.
No, thank you.
Look, right here. This is my thermal underwear.
It kind of looks like a cast.
Oh, well, it's a
like
itchy
you've broken
wool.
your arm.
I don't know. I bought it. It's a wool shirt, is what it is. But it's some kind of thermal.
But don't you keep your house at 58 degrees or in the 40s all the time?
My wife does. I've got this fancy internet thermostat, and I have to get Jerry to help me reprogram it because I think it's still set on the summer, so that in the middle of the day the air conditioning would kick on, but now in the middle of the day the heat kicks on. So there's times of the day when I am freezing, and other times of the day when I am burning up. So I need to.
There's no happy middle ground for you, sir.
I know. It's the most inconvenient time when I'm rushing to get dressed and get ready. It's like fire. The house is like just so hot, and I'm dripping in sweat. And then when I need to get out of bed in the morning, the house is freezing, and I won't want to get out and run under my covers. So I'm talking to you, Jerry, my wife.
That's what he's.
From a weatherman's perspective, what temperature should you keep your house on during the winter?
All temperatures are room temperature. Whatever room you're in, that's the room temperature.
Of course it is.
That's how I look at it. That way everybody's happy and you can't make any angry people. No, seriously, we have been blessed to have sunshine today. I mean,
it's miserable.
There could have been.
It was It was kind of meh yesterday.
Yeah. Now, you're a photographer, right? Don't you prefer a cloudier day to take photos?
I absolutely do, because the lighting's so much better on the faces, and you get some dramatic backgrounds in the sky sometimes. It's really nice.
So a sunny day like this is awful?
For photos, yes.
For a
How do you feel
photographer.
about being backlit so much?
It's not so great, but thankfully it's not on my face, so it's not making my face look terrible, but I am seeing some brightness on my neck.
Is this better?
Yeah, just shade that for me.
Helping?
Frank's going to make some shadows.
Thank
helping?
you.
Helping?
No, you're not actually helping, but thank you for trying.
So do we have an idea who's going to start off this parade for us? In the
We
next
actually
few minutes?
do, because Amanda has texted us. Amanda Marr from the Sevierville Chamber of Commerce has texted us. I just got to go in order. So the Sevierville Police Department Mobile Operations Unit will be first. So we'll know. We've already seen them about a block away from us on the Winfield Dunn Parkway. And we'll notice, probably we'll see the lights and the glinting and shimmering, not much like if you have a migraine, when they come around.
Probably, yes.
That's what migraine people have, right?
And you
The
can hear the
shimmering lights.
band. You can hear probably the
I can
first
see
marching
them. I can
band.
see the tubas and the sousaphones. You can look.
I can
those
see
are-
Sevier
Yeah.
County. I think believe it's the Sevier County High School
Right.
marching band.
So we're kind of giving away what's happening coming up, but they'll be right around the corner, and I'm hopeful that they'll drown out our friends from the radio station who are doing
I know.
their reverse drawing.
They're so loud.
It's cracking me up, actually. Let's go back over to Jim Johnson, who has found. Jim, did you find a lost child?
So, what's your name?
Vivian.
Don't freak out, folks. This is my granddaughter, Vivian. I didn't just pick up a random child here. Are you excited about the parade?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's your favorite part of the parade? You like the bands?
Yep.
Yep, they're going to be twirling batons.
Ooh.
Ooh, it's going to be great. Now, Rich, you've got quite a few grandkids. How many do you have?
Just a few, 13,
13.
2 on the way.
13.
And since now, I have a birthday when I was going to school.
Yay, she likes school. So, but I couldn't help but put my little girl on the camera, get you out there on Facebook, let people see who you are.
You're famous now.
Famous.
Thank you.
All right, Vivian. Well, it was nice to meet you.
Thank you.
You are welcome. And back to Frank.
Hello.
We're back.
How fun.
All right. Very good. Now, the parade is almost here in Sevierville. We're very excited to be bringing this to you on Mountain Fun Life. In fact, I do see the, right around the corner now, I see the first police car, which is, I assume they've got some kind of battering ram on the front to get people out of the street, right?
Probably.
You can only hope that people will have enough sense to this is not the time to be driving down this particular street at this particular time.
Or standing. But actually what they've also done is by putting up the cones on the street parking, they've given our parade fans a little extra wiggle room.
That's good.
But there's plenty of space all around the parade route for you to watch and enjoy.
I always
So we're-
love seeing the police cars come by because my sister's actually an officer.
Really? Kendall?
Yes, Kendall. She's actually a corrections officer. So,
Oh, no kidding.
yeah, she's at the jail in the Gibbs area.
Really? That's excellent. I had a friend who used to be a corrections officer, Miranda. I wonder if that was the same jail. Now you've got me wondering about if two people who I know from completely different areas might actually know each other. That always fascinates
That
me.
would be really cool.
It happens all the time. It happened to you and me the other day.
It did.
When James Fincham,
Yes.
James and Linda Fincham have Fincham Heating and Cooling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's how I know them. Kira knows them from a completely different way because
I
it's
do.
their son.
Yes, Chad Fincham. He's a NASCAR driver for the Xfinity Series.
So Kira goes and makes videos of Chad Fincham in the NASCAR, and when I saw James and Linda, they're like, "You know Kira."
They think you're my boss.
No, I'm not. Not in the least.
Well,
No,
I think
that's-
the time has come, Frank. We've reached the Sevierville Police Department.
Yes, here they are, the Sevierville Police Department Mobile Operations Unit, and followed, well, then coming up after that will be the Veterans Honor Guard, but we're so excited to see them. Looks like we've got a SUV followed by some kind of paddy wagon,
That looks really cool.
or is that probably the rescue unit, you think? What do you think that is?
I'm not quite sure what that is.
Well, we'll see this more clearly in a second. Oh, this is the same Sevierville Police SUV that I often see parked over by the, was it the Holston River Bridge, or the French Broad River Bridge, trying to get us to slow down.
Oh, yeah.
And I've seen them hand out some speeding tickets.
Now,
Okay,
that truck, whatever it's called, that looks amazing.
special operations would be like SWAT.
Yes.
Special weapons and
Ooh,
tactical.
And we are
Nice.
officially underway.
Beautiful.
We sure are. I
Yeah,
see
if
some
that
people
comes
marching.
comes to your house, you're in a heap of trouble.
Oh, no.
And here's the banner welcoming us to the 57th Sevierville Christmas Parade.
Love it.
Happy to have you guys here. And now we have the Veterans Honor Guard of Pigeon Forge. Right to
Hear 'em
left,
sing.
right to
Oh,
left.
yeah.
And then in the next several cars, some of the Sevierville politicians will be joining us. Looks like we'll see. It looks like Fire Chief is up first.
The
And maybe
Board of
some
Mayor and Aldermen?
Police, yeah. They so police and fire officials in the SUVs, and then when we get to the antique fire truck, which is probably just now coming into frame, we'll see a few more. Now that's a pretty fancy looking Jeep, Kira.
That is. I like the American flag on the side.
And the Christmas candy canes.
Very
Look at that.
festive.
Wonderful.
And the kid hanging out the window.
Yeah. And now here are the elected officials in the antique fire truck. The
Oh my goodness.
Board of Aldermen and the mayor.
I see a cute little Dalmatian.
Sevierville Fire and Rescue.
Hello, you're
Merry
live on Mountain
Christmas.
Fun
Merry
Line.
Christmas.
Hi.
Yeah, notice how they all, in fact, I'm worried that the truck was going to fall over. They were all trying to get to the camera.
Oh no.
Every politician on the same side of the truck trying to elbow the other guy out of the way to be on TV.
Hello.
This looks like a rescue fire truck, if I'm not mistaken.
It is fire rescue.
My cousin was a New York City firefighter, and he designed a new fire truck for Rescue One. And it's all about, he referred to it as a mobile toolkit. And sadly, he passed away on 9/11, but they built his plan. They took his design and built it when they needed to replace the rescue truck, obviously, after 9/11. That's a good-looking rescue. That's beautiful. My cousin would love that.
I saw a commercial the other day about fire trucks, and there's hundreds of different shades of red that you can choose from whenever you're building one.
What do you think of this one?
I think that would be like a nice
Because
cherry
there's
red.
candy apple red, cherry red,
Yes.
your
then
lipstick red.
my lipstick, yes.
What would you call that? No?
I
David,
can't
you
think
got
of
a term?
any. Wagon red. There we go.
What is it called?
Wagon red.
Wagon
I don't
red.
really know what it's called.
Okay,
I have
well,
it in my
there's-
pocket.
There's Red Wagon.
What's it called?
Yeah,
It's called
please.
Kitten Heels.
Called what?
Kitten Heels.
Kitten Hills?
Is there a
Feels
stop
like-
sign red? Stop. No.
Of course,
There you
yeah.
go.
Well, I mean, think about orange. How many shades of orange there are? You've got to get out the
There's
Pantone.
only one, my friend. It's University of Tennessee.
Which is Pantone 151.
I'm amazed that
PMS
you have that.
All right, here we go. More
Well,
fire
my-
rescue from Sevierville.
I'll tell you why it's easy for me to remember the number 151 is my dad used to do the publicity and public relations for Bacardi rum.
Ah.
So anything that's 151, I got it in my head at all times.
Oh, I hear a band. Ooh.
Yes.
I think this is the. We got the
Sevier County
Sevier
High
County
School
marching band.
They,
And-
of course, are the Smoky Bears, the Sevier
Yes.
County High School. I
Here
know
they come.
Not only do they have some
Got their
tremendous
banner.
student athletes there, they also have some really smart students. Their team did very well in the East Tennessee PBS Scholars Bowl.
And we got Donna's Majorettes.
Listen to that. They're playing a Christmas song. Let's listen. It's Good King Wenceslas. Oh, I love it. It's a really good Christmas medley.
They're exceptional.
Deck the halls, oh come all ye faithful.
That'll get you into the holiday spirit.
And here come
Christmas
Donna's
spirit, look at that.
Majorettes now. Looks like they'll be behind the red truck twirling as they come closer to view. I can see in the distance the batons flying high in the air in front of the different storefronts here on Court Street in Sevierville, Tennessee. Now I wonder if Donna's Majorettes are performing to the band music or if they got their own soundtrack. Or
I don't know how they don't drop the batons.
Well,
That's
they do.
incredible.
They just have to recover. That's part of what they teach you. Is not to never make a mistake, but how to recover when you do make a mistake.
Right.
So they've got their own speaker system in the back of the truck
Oh,
that the
nice.
girls are listening. Oh, look at that! See,
Some of
and
them are so
everyone caught it.
tiny.
They work hard on that.
They sure do.
Well, they've got to start young. In fact, but that which reminds me, I know a woman whose last name is Young, Amber Young, and she's was competed in the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Woman of the Year. Well, she's a former UT majorette, but she keeps up her skills now into adulthood, and she goes to the alumni reunions and does the baton tossing and all of that stuff.
Well, we got the Sevier County ambulance around the corner here.
Oh, that's nice. In case I stroke out, they're right.
Oh, and I see they have
They're right
candy.
here. You have to be very careful when you're handing out candy in a parade. Did you notice this at your last parade experience?
Well, we didn't hand out candy.
Oh, in Gatlinburg, it's a candy-free
Yes,
parade?
It is a candy-free parade.
I see.
But
Well, because
did
Aunt Mahalia's would get all upset.
we had some little snowmen on the sides of the Hummer, and they flipped around backwards, and it was just showing the backside of them. And this kind lady came up and flipped them around for us. We were scared she was
fantastic.
going to get in trouble.
Well, when
So
you
it was
do
basically
toss,
it was BYOC, bring your
Yes.
own candy.
It was.
so you'll notice that they're doing very
They're
well
doing
here
the
at
candy.
Doing a very good job at the ambulance. They're tossing it far enough so that the kids won't get run over. And
Oh,
it looks
yeah.
like,
That's a skill.
and some of the candy is the non-breakable kind, like the Mary Janes. Marco's Pizza.
Marco's.
In fact, they should probably slow down a little bit, but
And-
whatever.
And it looks like Direct Tools.
Right behind them. Very good.
Oh, there's a guy with a leaf blower, and I see a lawnmower,
Yes.
a push mower.
Now, my advice to both Marco's and Direct Tools would be slow down and savor the moment. But now
We have a beauty pageant.
Yes, this is the Miss. What is she? Miss Volunteer State, Tennessee. So I've got her name in here for a second, if I can figure out where.
National Extraordinary Miss.
That's the name of the overall pageant.
Okay.
And then she was the local winner for the Volunteer State. And then our Grand Marshal, or honorary Grand Marshal, is Bloomy the Pig from the Bloomin' Barbecue and Bluegrass Festival.
I
And
love
that's-
that car.
Tell us about the car.
Oh, I don't really know anything about the car, but it's white, and I would love to know what kind it is, because that's probably my new dream car.
Oh, it's beautiful. And now another pretty fancy car as the Diner Rats Car Club rolls into view.
You're part of a car club, aren't you, Frank?
Sure, I'm the only member. I've got my own private car, and I consider it to be a club car.
There's a lot of work that goes into these things. I can joke about it, but those cars and those who
Now-
own those cars do a lot to keep them in.
Doesn't
good
that one look like
restoration
it
order.
could have been a hearse, that one that just
I
went by?
kind of thought it was at first.
I think it might have been a former hearse.
It's
And
kind of
then-
old wagon.
Camaro?
Yeah.
That's a gorgeous Camaro.
And then ZZ Top, I think, is going to jump out of this next car.
And is that a Model T?
Not quite. No,
the
it's,
Untouchables.
it's more newer than a Model T, but
Oh,
it's still
okay.
pretty fancy.
And then is that a Cadillac? I need to stop guessing what these are called.
Sure, it's funnier though.
Is it?
It's funnier to have you just guess car names.
They're always wrong.
It's definitely more interesting. Now, car clubs, these guys know how to do a parade.
They really do.
I mean, no offense to the ones who buzzed by too fast, not realizing that we were on camera. But we need to send Brad or somebody out in the street. Hey, Brad,
There's a Thunderbird.
tell some of these guys to slow down in front of the camera because, like, Bloomy the Pig, he just went by like he was being chased by Swaggerties. He's like, thought someone was hot on his little pigtail.
Oh, no.
He was trying to escape.
Is that?
So next up after the Diner Rats Car Club is the Smoky Mountain Children's Home, which you see when you make the turn from Winfield Dunn Parkway onto, I guess, regular Parkway at the corner in Sevierville. They've got a fundraiser tomorrow at the Hard Rock Cafe in Pigeon Forge. The Smoky Mountain Children's Home does. Some kind of fashion show. They wanted me to MC it, but I was busy. Smoky Mountain Children's Home Foster Care. That's a great ministry.
They have a very nice looking float with a bunch of
Over
kids waving.
Over 100 years of ministry,
Wow.
and Jim Johnson has been involved with that group sponsoring kids. And then there they are representing. God bless them.
Oh, they said Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, kids. That's
Merry
wonderful.
Christmas.
Oh, very exciting. And now, coming up shortly after that, one of the senior living facilities. There's a few in our parade today, and this first one is the Brookdale Senior Living, who
Oh,
are
I love their
representing.
float.
Got
Is it-
Snoopy over
It's
there.
Snoopy with his little house and a little Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Oh, that's really nice because
That's adorable.
a lot of us think of the Charlie Brown Christmas as a significant part of the holiday season. When we finally get into Advent, you want to see that. You want to see the Grinch. You want to see Rudolph. That's a pretty good Snoopy costume.
That was cool.
I want a four-wheeler.
Yeah.
That'd be
Now
fun
here-
to ride around on.
Here's Brookdale.
And we see some of the kids in Charlie Brown outfits, or at least one kid in a Charlie Brown T-shirt, gently handing out the candy rather than throwing it at the children.
That's very kind of them.
Very thoughtful. And our Mountain Fun Life van should be shortly after Brookdale.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
They have a Christmas tree on the top.
There's Karina and Savannah.
We'll get to that in a second. You'll see coming onto the screen. Here it is. See that Did they just go Christmas tree shopping and forget to take it off the roof? Seriously.
What's the line from the movie Elf? I know him.
Are they trying to replicate the Honda commercial? What are they doing?
They do have a tree on there, though.
I think it's cute.
It's hilarious. I love it.
Let's hear it from Mountain Fun Life.
Oh, there's Karina waving. Savannah's driving. Hi. She's doing the queen wave to me.
And look how our arch crew
love it.
is properly slowing down the parade.
He knew to slow down for the camera. I love that.
Yes, they totally know what they're doing. In fact, they're going so slow that the biblical characters behind them are passing us. Sims Chapel Baptist Church is getting impatient. They're getting they're getting a nose full of Hummer exhaust. You slow down, guys. You can take your time. It's a parade.
That's a really cute little church that they built.
Yeah.
I love that.
I bet that's a replica of their actual chapel with the church bell ringing.
Their John 3:16 over there.
Oh,
they put
wonderful.
some work in that.
And a little nativity scene in the back. You see the manger. You know, the bread of life right there. That's beautiful.
Got Mary and Joseph on the back there, Frank.
I would have put them in the front, but that's just my. You know.
Well, there's a lot of people on that.
Here comes Miss Sevier County.
There she is.
Fairest of the fair.
Oh, Rissa Jones. What a gorgeous young lady. And the Sevier County Fairest of the Fair winner, which would be her, goes on to compete statewide in the Fairest of the Fair contest in Nashville, Tennessee. Rissa Jones, and behind her is the petite Miss Fairest of the Fair.
There she is.
A lady
So
named
cute.
Boston.
And how cute she is.
I love her tiara.
Merry Christmas.
How about her Jeep, too? Look at that.
That's a nice Jeep.
Playing some jingle bells there. Absolutely lovely.
And here's some chants.
Well, you know what's coming up next is our buddy Rich Haley is involved with the Northview Youth Athletic Association. In fact, Rich is going to grab the microphone real quick. If we could cut to Rich over at our crowd camera. Rich, tell us about Northview as they approach into view.
All right, well, excuse me, caught me by surprise. Northview is my home school. It's where my kids have gone, and I've done sports announcing for them for about 15 years now for the youth programs. And they're coming through right now, and we got a whole mess of Cougars out there.
Well, it looks like, Rich, I was joking about Swaggerty's chasing down poor Bloomy the pig, but Bloomy knew something that we didn't know.
Wow.
As Swaggerty
All right,
says,
I'm going to let one out for him, so...
Oh, I like the dog.
Touchdown, Cougars!
See, Rich does
That
the
lit
PA
up the float.
announcing, and when he yells touchdown
Those are my
Cougars, they
people.
all recognize his voice. So Swaggerty's is, of course, right over next to Northview Academy, kind of in the Kodak area of Sevier
Oh, they have
County.
an
There's
actual
more
cougar.
Cougars.
Yeah,
And more
so
candy being thrown.
Mascot cougar, more kids. And what is this, a boat?
That's a boat.
They filled up a pontoon boat of children. That's not bad.
From Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union.
Oh,
That's
yes.
TVA, yeah, the credit union.
They started back in 1934 when obviously there was the Depression and banking was a tough thing. So they wanted to make sure they had a secure place for their
Can I
money.
just say that's a huge boat? That is
a
one big boat.
Look at the motor.
It looks smaller in the water because you don't see the bottom, but it's still pretty gigantic.
It's pretty big.
I'll take it.
Now, the Sevier County Public Library system is represented. Of course, they've got the King Family Library, and looks like they're doing some reading around the Christmas tree. Oh,
The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
oh my gosh! I might have to run out there and give it a kiss. I love. I seriously, I've been in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile a few times in my life.
That one?
And I call it, well, there's multiple, but I call it wiener therapy. When you get to ride the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, there's no better feeling in the world because, let her sing. We're an
She's
Oscar
singing the
Mayer
song.
Wiener, everyone would be in love with me. And it's true. Everyone loves you when you're in the Wienermobile. I have ridden it down through Knoxville, and just made people, they're just like stunned. They don't know how to react.
It's
I
very.
don't know how to react.
It's unique.
It is.
Oh, it's
Much
so
like
good.
the peanut one.
Yes.
Oh, the same company actually runs both. Did you know that?
Do they?
Yeah,
That
they
doesn't
have.
surprise me.
They have a school where the Mr. Peanut drivers and the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile drivers go to school together to learn how to drive those giant cars.
Here comes Walter State Homecoming King and Queen.
Here they are.
Joe Ogle, Avery Carpenter.
Cub Scout Pack 121.
Outstanding. Looks like the Cub Scouts have drifted off to the side a little bit.
Some of these pieces of candy, Frank, have come out all the way almost to your foot. You know, they've been thrown out here, so you'll have a good stash of candy before this day's over.
Well, I am closest to the candy throwing, so if I get taken out by a stray junior mint or anything like that, then you guys will just be fine. You'll take over for me. That's a Seinfeld reference in case my friend Callie Stelter is watching.
Here comes the Paula Dean's Lumberjack feud.
Oh, look at that.
I love their outfits. Merry Christmas!
And
Merry
none
Christmas!
of them have ever eaten any butter, you can tell. There they are. Oh, you're on TV, Mountain Fun Live. Go Lumberjacks.
Now, have you done anything with the Lumberjack feud yet, Kira?
I have. I actually got to interview Paula Dean there for the grand opening.
Ooh, because
Yes.
it had changed hands, I guess, when it originally came out. Initially
believe
with
so,
Dolly,
yes.
but then it went over to Paula.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
just,
been a big success.
It has been. It's a really nice place over there. And the little coaster that they have, the zipline coaster, I actually got to do that, and it was so much fun.
Wow.
Our friends from Rocky Top K9 just went by. They had been into our studios at Mountain Fun Life for an interview. And now it looks like we've got
Trail Life. We got Trail Life USA.
with the Heritage Girls.
Yeah, there they are.
And they've got their chant going. Looks like they like to go camping. Of course, where better to camp than in Sevier County.
Right.
Great Smoky Mountains.
Dressed for the holidays. Merry
Now,
Christmas.
this bicycle group is pretty exciting. It's a store called
awesome.
Off the Chain Bicycles, and they're open Monday through Saturday, but if you need them on Sunday, you just call ahead and they'll come in and take care of you. They specialize in these vintage bicycles, but whatever it is you need, they'll find it for you. But
I wonder if the ones they're driving are for sale.
well, these look like beautiful vintage bikes, like the ones you would get at the store. I had one like that guy. See the guy in the red coat?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
With the banana seat and the
Look at that.
high rise handlebars. I definitely had a bike like that when I was a kid. How about you, David?
I had more of a dirt bike. I was
Yeah?
off-road. I was not breaking limbs, but I was bruising myself trying to make jumps.
Oh, I definitely landed face first and got a fat lip one time from riding that bike over a pothole on my street. And then the Sevierville Golf Club, naturally, is driving golf carts. That makes total sense. There's a new place that is going to be opening in 2020, and that's who's being represented next, is this Storytellers area. They're calling it Booger Town, which is kind of funny.
Booger Town.
The Booger Town Storytelling Place, opening in 2020. It's about nature, fun, and heritage. And they'll tell stories about, hiking and things like that. It's great for
You got
grandparents. great
Severe Air on your screen right now. There's Severe Air.
No,
Been there?
seriously, have you been to
Trampoline.
Severe Air,
Yes,
Kira?
I have. I went and jumped around there with Savannah and Hannah, and it was a great experience.
They're very popular now, these parks.
They
where
really
you
are.
just do a lot of trampolining. And
Yes, you get to practice out your ninja skills. I'm not very good at it.
I didn't know I had ninja skills, but I could jump up and down on a trampoline.
You can?
Yeah, I do part of that.
Sevier County Bank is represented. On Fridays, they have the employees can wear blue jeans if they pay whatever the charge is to wear the blue jeans. But all that money goes to charity. So they've raised money for the food bank last quarter and for the Smoky Mountain Animal Rescue this quarter.
I like their hats.
And then also coming up after where was I? I think I lost my spot. Sevier County Bank, the Rescue Squad, and also
Census?
is the census. Do we have the census? Here's the Rescue Squad. Wildland Fire and Rescue. Okay, they're good. And now, coming up is the census. You can apply online to be a census taker.
Yeah, that's like a job you only get every 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. It is. And you can see the website on there, 2020census.gov/jobs. If you want to go around and ask how many of you are in the house, you can totally do that as a census taker.
Cool.
You think if the census taker showed up dressed as Kira, they would react? I'm just thinking, if someone like you came and ringing to my doorbell and set up with the census, I'm like, all right, I'll listen for a minute. Sevier County Rescue Squad is here. Earlier we saw the city of Sevierville, and now the heavy rescue team. That's another beautiful looking rescue truck.
That's an interesting shade of red. It's green.
Okay, I'm not colorblind. And then looks like we've got the Sevier Solid Waste they're all about green as well.
And Knoxville Plumbing.
The Severe Solid Waste will take and compost all of the waste from the Great Smoky Mountains National Park and Sevier County.
Knoxville Plumbing pulling out the Super Mario Brothers.
Well, they're plumbers. That's funny. That's really
they
that's
are?
well
I
done.
didn't know they were plumbers.
That's their job on the video game.
That makes sense now.
JJ Septic.
I hope that's empty. Please,
Ew.
please tell me that it's empty.
They have gifts.
What's in those gifts?
No, I'm sure everything's been sanitized for our protection. And then Amedisis Home, or Amedisis, I guess would that be, right? Because Amedisis, that would make more sense.
Ah, yeah.
Home health. They'll, if you've got whatever your chronic condition is, they'll take care of you at your home rather than make you go into the doctor's office.
Coming up, we have Maple Branch Baptist Church. Another church represented here along the Christmas parade in Sevierville.
Makes total sense, of course, for churches to want to spread their ministry at the Christmas season, as we're now coming up on the second Sunday of Advent tomorrow. And Christmas means it's just right around the corner. If today's the 7th, math tells me that Christmas must only be 18 days away.
Wow, that's fast, and it'll
Look at
go by
those
so
wheels.
fast.
That's a Jeep that's high up.
That's a huge Jeep. I like it. It's like a monster truck
Yes, it
in
Yeah.
Jeep form.
Monster Jeep form with the
That is pretty awesome. You can roll
Ornaments.
right through the baptismal font and not even get wet on
Yes. And there's the New Life Church of God.
that. Excellent. Now, some of our friends from Ober-Gatlinburg are up next. We just
Oh.
had Tom in the day before Thanksgiving. Tom came in and did Ask Frank Live with me. And you've been to Ober as well.
I have. There were actually some different banners up at the front with my face on them.
Oh, really?
Hi.
Hey, they recognize us.
Merry
Hello,
Christmas.
how are you?
Did you do the tubing?
Absolutely.
I didn't do either of those yet. I'm working up the courage to do it. I'm very clumsy.
Now, the best kind of bugs are dead bugs.
Wow.
Look at the fake roach on the side.
Actually, I'm pretty kind. Around my house, if one of those weird-looking crickets gets in the house, I just scoop it up and let it go outside.
I do the same.
My wife freaks out a little bit when those things come around. I'm like, they're just crazy cricket. But that's what she likes to do. That's Johnson Pest Control. And now, if you make a mess stomping bugs in your house, then, of course, Clint's Carpet Cleaning will remove those remove those squash bugs from your carpet.
Got Clint's Carpet Cleaning.
Happy to have
That's
them.
what you got to
in the
love about a
parade.
local parade is that you really get to see a lot of the local businesses come out, Frank, and
Yeah.
it's a chance to see your neighbors and see your community leaders come out. And
But if you look at it from the point of view of a business, like Mountain Fun Life, for example, sure, when you see Clint drive by, you think, oh yeah, of course he's in the parade, but it takes time, it takes planning, and it shows that you care about the community, is
Right.
what it shows.
Absolutely.
Because it's easier to stay home. It's easier to close the shop and come watch the parade, but they went to the extra effort to get here early, decorate the truck, drive it in the parade.
Right.
So thank you guys for that, every business who participates. Now, the Daughters of the American Revolution Spencer Clack chapter have been around, and I think we'll have to ask Amanda Maples, but Amanda Maples Marr, excuse me, I'm going by her maiden name for a second because I know that one of the founders of that DAR chapter was named Maples, and it wouldn't surprise me if she was related to some degree.
you got Ralph Ramsey Days Gone By tractors.
Those are good-looking tractors. Although I like the orange. I mean, the green one's fine, but the orange one catches my eye. And riding with them is the Fearless Fife Ministries. This is a Barney and Thelma Lou impersonator who go around spreading their Christian ministry in character. So isn't that lovely?
Very
They
nice.
look just like them.
Yeah. Oh, this guy's going to fire it up.
John Deere.
Here you go. Let's hear it.
In John Deere Green.
Do you think those tractors are sexy?
I do.
'Cause she's
I
from
really
Gibbs.
do.
Kara went to the same high school.
Yeah,
as
we were going to find out from here. You're from Gibbs, and
I
you were born and
am.
raised in East Tennessee. We need to
I
establish
was,
that.
Yes. Kenny Chesney went to Gibbs High School,
and he thinks my
Did you go to school with Kenny Chesney, or was he older than you?
he actually went to school with my parents. And
Wow.
he hit on my mother, and there's a rumor.
That says a lot too, Frank.
Yeah, it reminds us that Kara was born in 1997 is what it reminds
I
us.
was.
Kenny Chesney was already a huge star by then. The Disabled American Veterans Chapter 94. Oh, wow. God bless you guys, and thank you for your service. Look at that. Fantastic. There we are. We're happy to have you on
Christmas.
Mountain Fun
Hi.
Life.
Merry Christmas.
Outstanding.
They have such warm smiles. I like seeing them.
Yeah, Disabled American Veterans. This is what the DAV vehicle stands for as well. Now, some of our very good friends from Titanic Museum Attraction are right behind us. As you can see, they're telling us that they've got the Titanic Lego on display. They recently
that's
had
cool.
the life vests from the Titanic. Next year, they're going to have a violin that was recovered from the
Oh.
Titanic wreckage.
Wow.
Yeah, my friend Mary Kellogg knows what is up when it comes to the Titanic. Her husband, John Joslin, was an explorer, went down in a submarine to the bottom of the ocean to visit the Titanic wreckage, which is kind of how they got involved in all of this.
That is really cool.
Oh, wait, I don't want to miss this here. The Sevier County High School Skills USA.
Ooh, they've got a plane, a rocking horse,
Look
and
at
a
that.
sleigh.
And a cannon.
They put a lot
All
of work
kind
in these floats.
They
Nice
sure
toys. Fun stuff. They're Smoky Bears too, I guess, right? Because if they're in Sevier County High School, they're Smoky Bears. You know, I wish this parade had some horses in it. That's what really would make it a special parade, don't you think?
I think so. Oh, there they are.
Oh, there
What?
they are.
How did I know?
I know him.
You know, this ain't my first rodeo. I was actually in a rodeo.
Were you really?
I was.
Did you win?
No, I went very slow on a 20-year-old horse. His name was Bailey. But it was fun.
Was it this particular rodeo?
No, this isn't a rodeo, but it's kind
This
of.
is stables. This is Mountain Creek Stables.
Oh yeah. What? And look at
And,
that. And they've stopped to get petted by some of the parade watchers. That's really fantastic. Can you guys
Aw.
get that shot of the black and white horse being petted? There you see it on the edge of your screen. There's a better one right there. Oh, that is lovely. We should tell Brad Lovett to go pet the horse. Rich,
And
go
look-
out and pet the
look
horse.
at the horse. They get the little elves near the feet.
Might be
Oh,
too
that's
late.
so cute.
I love it.
Lovely. All right. Next up, Escape Reality in comic books with Escape Reality Comics. Games and a whole lot
Ooh.
more happening.
Oh, and look at all
Merry
the
Christmas.
superheroes.
All right, this is going to be tough because there's so many new superheroes since the last time I saw one. I recognize Spider-Man. I got one.
See, Wonder Woman,
That's
Batman,
two. Now, Batwoman, I think, is the thing now,
or
right?
Batwoman.
There's
I'm
a TV
sorry.
show, a Batwoman TV show.
Is that Darth Vader that passed by? I don't know.
Now, this looks like Tow Mater from Cars, doesn't it? But it's actually Southern
Oh.
Pride towing.
That's a cute truck.
That is fantastic.
They've got all the different sizes of trucks.
Look at all these wonderful. Oh, wow. If you have a huge towing need, they've got a huge tow truck to fill that need.
They can help you.
They would tow a bus or an 18-wheeler with some of these. Look how huge those are.
I saw an 18-wheeler stuck the other day in a ditch.
So an 18-wheeler
Mm-hmm.
rolls into a ditch, then what happens? Bartender says. I can probably come up with a joke if you give me enough time.
That's big for Southern Pride. Look at that.
That really is.
They got the hazard lights there on the side. Those are new to me. I haven't seen that kind of hazard light before. That's pretty cool looking.
I don't think I've seen a tow truck that big before. Or maybe I
Imagine-
just haven't been looking.
Imagine if that tow truck broke down. Who would tow the tow
Oh,
truck?
that's a good point.
Yeah. That would be something else.
Cub Scout Pack 119 here, there, Frank.
Oh,
Oh,
Plus the
lovely.
baby Miss Fairest of the fair.
Yes.
Reagan
the baby
Lowe.
miss in the back of the pickup truck, and then the Cub Scouts on the trailer.
hi. I was in the Girl Scouts once, which isn't the Cub Scouts, but
Right.
I did find my sash the other day.
Well, the Scouts now, at least certainly the accepting boys and girls.
Oh,
I
are
think
they?
and the Cub Scouts are as well, as you get ready to prepare you to be in the next level of scouting. And you notice that the children are always in a vehicle or in a trailer.
Yes.
And one of the parade rules generally in community parades like this is you don't have the kids walk on the street because you wouldn't want any of them to get hurt. They're safer up there.
That's smart. So it's like our friends from
Wilderness
at the
Smokies.
Oh, wow,
Gotta love
yes.
be able to go inside to an indoor water park in the middle of winter.
And when you stay in the hotel, you get, of course, the admission to the water park as well. You can even do indoor tanning. And they started construction on Soki Mountain, which I'm excited about. That'll be their outdoor water park next to the indoor water park.
Got Mountain View Baptist Church. Nativity.
Yeah.
Very nice. They got the Three Kings visiting Mary and Joseph
Oh my
there.
goodness, I see Mr. Santa Claus himself.
Man of the
wow.
hour.
He is the finale of our Sevierville Christmas Parade, the 57th Sevierville Christmas Parade. The big man, jolly old St. Nick. Yesterday was St. Nicholas Day, and today we commemorate that with Santa Claus himself on an antique tractor. Nothing says Santa in Sevier County than an antique tractor, doesn't it? Merry Christmas, Santa!
Merry Christmas, Santa!
Merry Christmas! Frank, have you been good this year?
I've been semi-good. I mean, I've been thankfully...
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Well, thankfully, I've been so busy that I haven't had time to be bad. You know, I mean, think about all the great stuff we've been doing with Mountain Fun Life. They keep us hopping.
They really do. I feel like I'm on a new adventure every day. I feel like I can't remember everything. It happens
Right,
so
because,
much.
you know, we've got Morning in the Mountains, which is on every weekday at 9 o'clock. You can watch that on Facebook Live, and then we archive it to Roku and to YouTube. And then now we've added on the Ask Frank Live show that Kara and I do once a week, and that takes planning and preparation. And we had a meeting the other day, David, and actually, really, I got to give some props here to Captain Accurate, the chief meteorologist of Captain Accurate, David Aldrich, because you are going to be helping us on Mountain Fun Live. We are going to reorganize some of our broadcast schedule and some of our programming to accommodate weather forecasts from David Aldrich, because everybody wants your weather forecast.
Well, I appreciate to be part of it. And I know that we're still working some things out logistically, but we think that this will be a great partnership.
Well, the plans are in the works because, you know, some of the segments, like when some of the interview segments I have to do, we'll tape those in advance, but now we're going to do more of those live and have people come into the studio, because that way I can then say, and now here's the weather.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's going to be really awesome stuff, and I'm excited about having those updates from you. So thank you for that.
My pleasure. And you brought the hat out, and of course you brought the super festive jacket yourself. And Jim Johnson, he's representing. So I had to pull out one thing from me. I brought out the hat, and I'm just going to save it to the end. So I'll just go ahead.
Cute little hat.
You know why?
Santa Claus hat on.
David is fully aware that you don't mess the hair up until the end of the broadcast. That's
is that
smart.
what it is? Are we
It's
nearing
instinct.
the end? Santa went by.
Well, it's instinct, I'm telling you. So we're going to check in with Jim Johnson, who's going to give us his take on the parade. He was down there on the parade route during the course of it, and we're going to have a few folks who were in the parade also stop by, which technically is still happening.
Yes.
The parade is still going for another 5 minutes until it gets to the Baptist church where it started. Yeah. So let's go to Jim and find out. Jim's practicing his parade wave over there. How's it going, Brother Jim?
Oh, it's going great. What a parade. Was that beautiful or what?
It was an awesome parade. Got to see a lot of people I knew, a lot of people I didn't know, and a lot of different businesses and floats. And I'm a sucker for a marching band, so the Sevier County Marching Band was awesome.
Well, I think I heard something about the Cougars again.
No, you didn't hear that from me. No, that was somebody else in the crowd.
No, it was great. I love the marching bands. They sounded great. The baton twirlers.
Yep.
You had the tractors. And then, of course, Santa Claus.
You got to have Santa Claus. You got to have Santa Claus.
He was such a great guy. You know, he stuck out to the end.
To the end, waving and yelling out ho, 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 and oh, my no.
That's right. Now, are y'all ready for Christmas?
I am.
You are?
Oh, yeah. We got the tree put up last night. We're running a little bit behind, but the tree's up. The house is decorated. Shopping's not entirely done yet, but we're getting closer.
Well, you're one step ahead of me. We got the Christmas lights up. We did that, but you know, we haven't done the whole bit of shopping yet. We still got some more shopping to go.
Yep. So,
well, it's been a great day down here at the Sevier County Christmas Parade, and we have had a blast. It's been wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
And Frank, Kara, and David, they've been a great host of today's events. And what's going on over there, guys?
Yeah.
Well, we are super thrilled, of course, to have you guys with us at the Sevierville Christmas Parade, the 57th Sevierville Christmas Parade. Got to give special thanks to Amanda Marr from the Sevierville Chamber of Commerce, who acted as our parade producer and texted us the line of march as it came in. And we'll get Amanda in on camera in a moment. And also, huge thanks to our friends at Quaker Steak and Lube for being our sponsor of the Mountain Fun Life broadcast today. And you can see, we'll show on screen, they've got a special Kids Day coming up a week from tomorrow. Kids evening, really, 5 to 7 p.m. So you want to hit Quaker Steak and Lube. I think they're over there by the NASCAR park. And
yes, they are.
Tanger, what's that called, that area?
I'm not even sure.
Collier Drive is what I'm trying to say, right?
Yes.
Collier Drive and the Parkway, Quaker Steak and Lube. So what do you guys think? This has been fun. I'd love to do this again and again.
Me too. I loved it. I love how happy everybody was, how friendly they are. That's one of my favorite things about living in this area is just how many good people there are here.
And I feel like we should go cover a royal wedding. Now
think
that
so.
we've got this parade, we got live coverage of a parade. We've checked that off on our to-do list. We now show that we've achieved skill level unlocked. We can do
have.
this. Not if we can do this parade, David.
I was going to say, it's like a Christmas wedding, royal wedding.
Yes.
Because you're in the Christmas gear. I got the hat on now.
It's
and
perfect.
So,
yeah, all we need
but
is some princesses to get married over there.
I want
We
to brag.
do.
I want to brag about Sevierville. You talked about how happy people looked and how they
Yes.
are, and that's, I think, part of East Tennessee. It's a lot of us who have lived here any length of time, or maybe were born or raised here. There's so many things to do.
Yep.
Visit Sevierville.com, a great web page to bookmark if you're making a vacation plan, and of course Mountain Fun Life to know what's going on in Sevierville and Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg.
Well, I see that Amanda is by. So, Jim, would you get Amanda ready to go on camera over there for us? Because I would love to hear her take. She was working this whole parade. Of course, the
I
Sevierville
know.
Chamber of Commerce is a major organizer of this. They provided us with all the information that we gave to you during the course of today's parade. And Amanda, I mean, she knows her way around a microphone. I got to be honest. So let's throw it to Amanda Marr and Jim and Rich over there to tell us about the parade from Amanda's perspective.
We have had a great time. Amanda, have you had fun today?
I've had so much fun. You know, it was great getting to see all these fun entries. Everybody seemed like they were having a great time. I saw a lot of people along the parade route that were cheering and laughing and getting lots of candy. So I think a good time was had by all.
Oh, I was happy that there was candy.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I told one man, I said, it's like trick-or-treating. He said his pocket was so full it wouldn't hold anymore.
Well,
Trick or treating, except we don't have
I
to
know.
move. We just stand there and just bring the
Even
candy
better.
to us.
Oh, and
Even better.
they were very specific on where the candy went too. They
Yes.
would even
Yeah.
some people even came out and handed it to you.
I know. It's pretty nice, isn't it? It's like curb service.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No chance of losing any candy. I don't see anything in the streets
Nope.
at all.
No, it's all been picked up and eaten probably by now.
Probably.
We keep the bears away. We don't
Yeah.
want bears in the streets. That's not
Now,
what
I
we
know
want.
Frank was worried about the safety aspects, and I thought it was really good. Everybody threw the candy at the ground.
Yeah.
And then they would come pick it up.
Yeah.
Didn't throw it at the people, just at the ground. So,
As close to the curb as possible.
Yeah. Well, you know, it was a great day down here at the parade. Lots of people came out. We had a great time. We've got a couple more people coming in to talk to us. A couple surprises coming up.
Yes.
We're really excited about that. So what's going on over there, Frank?
Well, we are just so thrilled, and we've got a lot of new viewers to Mountain Fun Life today because of our parade coverage. So we want to welcome you and ask you to please go ahead and click that like button so you'll hear about all of our upcoming broadcasts.
There's a lot of exciting things that you guys are doing. People might say, well, I didn't know you were around. How long has Mountain Fun Life been around for those who first-timers?
Well, you know, I know that it existed this time last year, but we kind of had a relaunch over the summer when I came aboard at the end of June.
Okay.
When we launched the Morning in the Mountains program.
Yes.
And Brad Lovett joined us at that time, and Jim Johnson. And Kara, you've been around actually with the channel longer than most of the rest of
Yes.
us, right?
I have seniority over you guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some guy said that I was Kira's boss. Actually, it's the other way around. If you were in the, you could have seen us behind the scenes on Thursday. Kira was giving me instructions, telling me, you need to do this, 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 and this. I'm like, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
I was just relaying what I was told.
But you do have seniority over me. You're absolutely right.
I'm your boss.
Do I have a problem with that? Absolutely not.
Oh, good.
I did as I was told. I was a good boy.
You did
But
fabulous.
if you're watching Mountain Fun Life for the very first time, this is the first time you've actually
The dynamic going on
either
here.
on Facebook Live, well, you know, Facebook Live or YouTube or on Roku. Definitely like Mountain Fun Life MFL on Facebook. Because
And subscribe on YouTube.
Subscribe on YouTube, and there's going to be some really cool things. In addition to the 57th Sevierville Christmas Parade, there's more things coming.
Oh,
We're just gonna be in the loop.
Like, I love when we get to do the Ask Frank live show because I like to call the relationship that Kira and I have the Regis and Kelly of the Smoky Mountains.
And I'm Regis.
Sure.
I like his name. I just want to be Regis.
But I'm just saying, I bet you Kelly called the shots on that show too.
I love, you know, I was thinking about, there have been times where we've spent 3 or 4 days in the Smokies. We do like a staycation.
This is you and your stepwife Stephanie.
My wife Stephanie. We come in, our 2 daughters. We come out and do the staycation. I think Mountain Fun Life is the place, the destination
Absolutely.
to tune into, so
It
you know
really
what's
is.
going on.
All right, I'm looking forward to doing some of that myself. But let's go right now to Jim and Rich, who look like they're with Donna of Donna's Majorettes.
I bet we're live. But there's some music jamming, so I got a little dance. We're over here with Donna with the Majorettes. Donna, tell us, you've been to every one of these.
Can you believe that? I mean, it is true. It is truly the truth. It really is. I was a mascot majorette with the Sevierville County High School Band back in the 60s. And it had become a passion with me, and that's all I wanted to do was to twirl and be a majorette. So as I grew, my parents finally figured out, after I twirled a stick for a year, that I needed a real baton. And I've been twirling it ever since. And every Christmas I coach twirling now, and every year this is our favorite thing to do. In December, the first Saturday in December, we really have never missed a parade. Isn't that amazing?
That's 57 years.
That is
awesome.
a long time. And 20 years ago, Gary Wade, who used to be our mayor here,
right,
who is now a Supreme Court justice, and I can remember this so well, he actually said, how many parades have you been in? And this was 20 years ago, and I said, I don't even know. But it has been a really long time, and we love it. Yeah, I think it's because it's a hometown. We see all your people that you know. The girls get to see their family and their teachers.
Right.
So it's really special.
Oh, it was special. I don't think I saw one baton hit the ground.
I didn't see one at all.
I didn't see it.
There may have been a few, but I think they covered it up really well.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
Now, did you get hurt in a baton twirling accident?
Well, actually, I've never had a broken bone, but last night at the Gatlinburg Christmas Parade, I stepped on my banner that was lying down, that was decorated, and it must have been a slick spot, and I just fell.
Oh, Lord. Well, I hope you're going to be okay.
I think I'm going to be fine. I lined the girls up. I had some good chaperones, and I went to the emergency room in an ambulance, which I've never done before, but they took good care of me. So
okay.
So I think it's all good, and I'm so glad I was here today.
You made it here today.
Of course,
Perfect
after
timing.
57 years, that would have been horrible.
I know.
I know. Here, finally, a benchmark, and I couldn't have been here, would have been terrible.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, we're glad that you made it. We enjoyed seeing the girls out there twirling the batons. It was a great event and had a wonderful time.
We had a wonderful time, and thank you all very much for being here. That made it special. Thank you.
Thank you.
You all have a great day.
You too. I think we got somebody else hanging out back here in the back.
Yeah.
Barney and Thelma Lou from
Barney and Thelma
the
Lou.
Ministries. Let's see. Get them. Get
Yeah,
their
we're trying to
attention.
get
Drag
them
them over.
I think they're talking. They're talking to somebody. They're doing their thing.
Well, they came over to
They're
be on camera.
hobnobbing. Isn't that what you call it back in the day when they're reminiscing?
They're engrossed in
Isn't that what
conversation.
Andy said?
It's called Fife Life Ministries.
They're over there
Trying to find the
reminiscing.
name.
They're reminiscing,
It was
talking.
something like that. Or here we go. Here they are. Heading over to see Jim.
How about you? It's a walking Christmas tree there, buddy. You all,
look like
all
it.
decked out, ain't it?
Yeah. Well, tell us, how did you enjoy the parade today?
Oh, it's big. Well, big ain't the word for it, but it was real nice. A lot of nice people in this town.
Yeah? Did you have fun?
Sure did.
I think I saw you up there waving.
Yeah, we still waving.
Still waving.
I think it'd be waving all day. It's kind of a muscle reflex, right?
We did it last night in Gatlinburg with 2 or 3 people down there,
Yeah, just a couple.
Wasn't many people, Yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah,
Sometimes you bag them, sometimes you don't.
Now, did you squash any problems?
Well, I've seen a few, thinking about maybe drinking this afternoon. Otis usually drinks on Saturday night, and he gets sobered up, goes to church on Sunday mornings, things leaning on the everlasting arms, and he's still leaning,
Got a few jaywalkers, boy.
Yeah, a few jaywalkers, people, pretty much, they wasn't too rowdy today, so it's pretty good people.
Good day to be in Sevierville.
Yeah, they know Santa Claus is coming to town, so they try to be on the best behavior,
It's that last minute trying to make sure they don't get coal in their
Yeah,
stock.
they don't want no coal in your stock. People ask me, if I got my bullet, where's Andy? That's your two big questions you get. Where's Andy and where's my bullet? You see my bullet.
Your bullets.
You see my bullet, didn't you?
Oh, I know.
Ain't that a pretty
Look at
bullet?
that. That's a pretty bullet.
I'm so proud of my bullet, and I'm proud of Thelma Lou here too. That's my.
She's prettier than the bullet.
Well, yeah. She's the cats. Well, what she is, she's the cats.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, we're thinking about this evening, headed down to the duck pond, for a little smooching party.
Ooh, what do you have to say about that?
Well, we have to wait till it gets dark so we can't see the ducks.
Yeah, Opie asked Andy one day, he said, Pa, why does Barney go down the duck pond at nighttime and can't see the ducks? I think he needs to talk to that boy a little bit about the facts of life,
Well, if we know where Thelma Lou isn't around anywhere, we know where they might be down the duck pond.
Yeah.
Good times, folks. Good times. Well, thanks for enjoying the parade with us today. We've had a great time. It's been wonderful.
Well, I thought we was on the radio. We're on the.
We're on TV. See, we're on the camera over there.
Oh,
see?
I didn't see the camera. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what
I was ignoring the camera. I didn't know we was up to date here in Sevierville. I didn't know we had TV yet.
We got internet too.
Oh, internet, yeah.
This is all live broadcasting.
Live, yeah.
You got to be on your
I'd
best
rather be
behavior.
live than dead any day, I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've had a lot of viewership out here. Thousands of people showed up for the wonderful parade, and we've just had a great time. And, well, you know, what else is going on? I mean, there's all kinds of things. I think we're going to talk about a few other things over here at the table with Frank. Frank, you over there?
We are so delighted. I mean, we've been having great observations throughout the course of the day today, enjoying the Sevierville Christmas parade.
Yes, you know what I was thinking? It was Christmassy, but nobody caught it. It hit me, and then I said I can't say it because there was too many floats. The census. Because think about it, Joseph and Mary were on the move because they had to be counted in the census. So you have this 2020 census. Anyway, I overthought that, but I thought I better keep that to myself.
I
but then
like
I didn't.
it. So next year's Christmas will even be more census-y. I just waved in front of your face. Sorry.
There you go.
One of my radio buddies was waving goodbye, and I'm like, oh, of course I have to wave back. And yes, that is fantastic. The census is that's really,
very Christmassy.
I love it. That's really good.
So what is a census?
Oh, because yes, right. You're only 22. It's a counting of the people.
Okay.
So you know the Bible, and when Joseph had to bring Mary back to the hometown for the counting of the people for tax purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing happens in the United States, where every 10 years we count the population, and they use it to apportion Congress.
Oh.
So some states, after the census, may lose a seat in Congress. Other states may gain a seat in Congress.
Well, that's
Everybody's
cool.
always got their 2 senators. That's constant. But some states with fewer population or smaller population may only have 1 congressman, whereas California probably has 57 congressmen or some insane number like that.
It could also be really good because a lot of people think, oh, I can get if you want an extra job, you know, like packaging or, you know, all the restaurants and department stores are probably hiring extra people during the holidays.
Yeah.
But you've got the census all next year, and that could be an extra job,
Get
too.
a job doing that. That's a good thing.
And you get to meet people. You're like, okay, I counted. You know, like, I would think that has some
Well, a lot of
advantage.
it, no, they're going to be having, you're going to fill out online, I believe, this year. So most of it with the census takers, so to speak, is to give you the information and get you to start and fill out the form. Because some of that you have to do on your own. You have to say how many people in your household, what are their ages, things like that. So it's demographic information on a national government scale.
That's nice.
That's what the census is.
And Kira, it's kind of like going into a homeroom, and then you have to take a roll call.
like attendance.
Yeah. Attendance, calling for
I'm
attendance.
here.
You know, you're talking about
Present.
Jesus and Mary and Joseph going to have the census taking. Someone sent me a thing on Facebook about don't forget that they were in a manger. Jesus was in a manger because he's the bread of life. He's the food of life. He started that way. You know, it's kind of interesting. We all forget about that part.
Yeah.
Very much.
So
Hey,
anyway.
thank you for having me. This has been a thrill.
We still have a little more time before we wrap
yes.
up because Jim Johnson has found someone even more festively.
Very festive.
Jim, I thought, was the number one most festive in his outfit. But look at this. Go ahead, Jim.
Talking from one weird guy to another. You talk about my outfit, Frank? You've seen his, right? He's been on camera most of the time today. Well, this guy takes the prize today. My goodness. Jeff, you look phenomenal. I love it.
Thank you.
Well, tell us about you being out here today. Who are you representing and part of today?
Well, we was in the Christmas parade today. We was out here walking with Cub Scout Pack 119. And so, you know, we're out here and just trying to get people to come in and join up with us because we have a good time teaching all these little boys and girls how to get back to society and how to be good and
sell popcorn.
Sell popcorn. Hey, we've got candy bars that we're selling today at I think the Walmart on Dolly Parton Parkway. So if you want a candy bar, we still got a bunch of those. If you'd like to stop by there and buy some of them to help us out, that'd be great.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Christmas time is so much better with popcorn from the Boy Scouts.
Oh yeah.
I buy it every year. And chocolate bars, you got to have all that stuff.
We couldn't keep popcorn in stock this year. So, I mean, it's like everywhere you went, you couldn't find it. And they had to reorder it. As soon as they get it reordered back in, it was gone again.
Oh,
it's that
amazing.
popular.
That's awesome.
So everybody's helping out with the Scouts, and we all appreciate that very much.
Now, is there any way that if someone doesn't see a little Boy Scout or a Girl Scout on the side selling popcorn, is there a way that somebody that's at home for our live viewers, that might not know any Boy Scouts? So how does somebody get that stuff?
I guess what you'd have to do is sometimes you can find somebody local or look up your local Scout because you can find them everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere. And just find one of them and ask them, and they can give you all the information that you need, and they can probably take your order right then and there for it.
Take it right there. Yep. Now, you don't just have to buy popcorn from them. You can also make donations to
yes.
to the Boy Scouts. So, you know, if you feel a little more festive, Get on the Boy Scouts.
We have a good time.
Donate.
We have a good time.
Well, back over to you guys over there in
Thanks
your
so much.
colorful garb. I love it.
I am proud of this jacket I bought at Kroger, and
Kroger.
I'm also just thrilled for the beautiful jacket and the Christmas sweaters and the guy dressed as a chimney.
I know, chimney.
I mean, come on.
It looked like a onesie.
It is a chimney onesie.
Yeah.
It's a chunsie.
Very,
it's
very
made
festive.
That way.
And it says it would light up in the dark. Wow, that is pretty spectacular.
I kind of want one now.
I hope they asked him about his beard, because that would be a contest-winning mutton chop.
Absolutely.
It must come with a 9-volt battery, something to keep it flashing.
It keeps him warm in the back, too. Well, this has been an absolute joy. First of all, I got to thank David Aldrich, Chief Meteorologist of Captain Accurate and the new Captain Accurate app, which I have on my phone. I can give you a personal endorsement for the
Yes.
David Aldrich weather app.
And I
Thank you.
just downloaded it. And
Awesome.
It's amazing.
Kira, you're going to love, your whole love for weather will be expanded now that you have the Captain Accurate weather app.
And even my wife, who's a total weather nerd, has gotten it. So that if it's one thing for me to get it because I know you, but my wife is going to be a little more particular. She like has multiple. When I would say, well, it says on the local TV. She's like, nope. I'm gonna look at the radar myself.
And I do edit in there. I'll put signed Captain Accurate, kind of like a politician. I approve this message.
Good.
I'll write in there like he saw this. I'm going with that. So
All right,
that's
cool.
helpful. Yeah.
And Kira, well done. I mean,
Thank
of course,
you.
you are, really a superstar on Mountain Fun Life because you're always out and about with Savannah and on your own using this furry microphone. This is your
this guy.
actual same mic that you always use.
It is. This is my dead cat. That's what you call it. It's a windscreen, and it goes over it to prevent the wind noises.
Was it at one time a boom mic? You know what I mean? Like a high high above?
I believe it was.
But that's your regular microphone.
That's
so
your
you
mic.
had to grab it. We get here and I'm taking my regular mic.
I could whack you in the head with it.
And I'm not surprised. I'm actually surprised you haven't yet. So, so we do so enjoy you being with us. Thank you again for liking, sharing, and watching us, whether it's on Roku or on Facebook or on YouTube. We're thrilled once again that Quaker Steak and Lube made this broadcast possible. So we want to thank them, and huge, huge thanks to the Sevierville Chamber of Commerce for allowing us on their turf today. And they're organizing the parade, and we did it in partnership with the Sevierville Chamber of Commerce. We could not have done any of this without them. So go to visit Sevierville.com, right? Is that what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
And
Yes.
they got the visit Sevierville.com, take the historic walking tour. And don't forget, we all want to get to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, but take a minute to spend some time in Sevierville. There's awesome shopping, and obviously the historic courthouse, the Dolly statue.
It's Dolly's hometown.
There's a ton of things to see and do here in
Great
Sevierville.
restaurants.
And natural beauty as well. I mean, don't just drive down the parkway. Take a little bit of time to enjoy Sevierville. All right. David Aldrich, Kira Cup, thank you again.
Thank you. This has been a blast.
It has been.
All right. For Mountain Fun Life and our live broadcast of the 57th Sevierville Christmas Parade, I'm Frank Murphy. Thank you for watching. Oh, and thanks to Jim Johnson.